9 low-wage migrants to compete against them when they're bargaining for wages. You actually give workers more power when you have a more restricted immigration policy.
Well, that's where the real con is, right? Because a
100%.
lot of, you've told me that you had a conversation with someone who was at the head of some corporation that was upset that they were trying to shut down illegal immigration because he said it's
head of a hotel chain. Yeah, because he said basically, I want to be able to pay my workers less money, and it's very hard because the native workers expect higher wages. It's crazy. I mean, there's this story from a few years ago in the New York Times. It was like unintentionally hilarious, and it's talking about why Apple would choose to manufacture in Asia over the United States of America. And it's talking about how, the American workers, and it's almost kind of judgy towards the American workers. It's like, well, the American workers want to go home and see their kids and have dinner with their kids. And it's like, by the way, you go to the Foxconn factory in Apple in China, the Foxconn factory that develops products for Apple in China, and what do you see? You literally see suicide nets around the top of the building. Because, the workers work 72 hours a week, and they sleep in little apartments, 4 to a bedroom, but they also are so miserable, you have to take steps to prevent them from killing themselves. So, what I want out of American life is a little bit more dignity, a little bit more, I can afford to feed my family. I can also go home and actually watch my kid's baseball game. And that balance, I think, if you're looking at it from a pure profit motive, maybe the corporation is going to think like that, which is why you have to give the people real power to push back and advocate for their own interests.
I think a lot of people in this country, if they had to choose, especially people that have money, if they had to choose between a phone that was manufactured in America where people were paid a very good wage and had benefits, and you have an iPhone that has a little American flag on the back, and you have one that doesn't, I think a lot of people would buy the one with the American flag on the back because
that's a lie.
They would feel better about their purchase. I feel
Definitely
weird
not.
when I'm holding a phone and I know that someone was working in some factory in some foreign country, working 15 hours a day and being paid nothing.
That's right. I think that's true of our food, by the way, too.
Yeah,
they'd much rather it be made locally. They're willing to pay a little bit more so long as it's healthier and it's made
only
locally.
If they're forced
there are
to.
obviously exceptions to every rule, but I think that we have run the experiment where we just try to do everything with low-wage foreigners, whether they're in the United States via illegal immigration or whether they're outside the United